Hey folks, it's Nessa here in Infinitely Zero's channel. So, just wanted to say welcome to my new and returning subscribers. Welcome to my new and returning watchers. Thank you so much for being here. And also, welcome to my members. Thank you so much for your membership and your continued support. And if you haven't subscribed, it's free. Anyways, I was gonna say, if you like the content of my channel, please remember to click like and subscribe. It's on the bottom of this video, and you can also click the join button, and it has for joining the subscription there. And you can also click that same button if you would like to join the membership, and that has more information there too. So, a while ago, back in the fall, I showed these vintage books that I have. I had recently purchased this one and another one off of eBay. Yep, it was eBay. And I showed the first half of this, so I had promised to show the second half, so this is part 2 of that video. I am going to link that video to the top of this video over here, up there. It'll be an I, and that'll be the part 1, which is the first half, which covers spring and summer. And this is the Afghans for All Seasons book from the Crochet Treasury, a series from Oxmoor House. That's the ISBN number if you want to look it up. They still have versions of it for sale on eBay. This is the hardcover. And this book was published, copyright 1993 by Leisure Arts. So it was published quite a while ago. But it has a lot of really pretty patterns and pictures, so I wanted to share some of those with you. So we stopped off right before going into the summer. If you want to see the other seasons, please check out that other video or the other books as well. And let's see where we left off. So it's divided, the patterns are, the themes are different seasons. So I think that's really nice. I found autumn. I had it separated so that I wouldn't have to dig through it. Here we go. So it says autumn. When fall is in the air, the earth is dressed in its most dazzling colors. And then it mentions vibrant golds and reds and orange leaves with a warm cover up to ward off the chill. And it keeps on going with the pretty text. So that's the beginning of the section, and it has a pretty blanket there. Let me see if I can shift this so that we don't have so much glare. Sorry about the movement. I think that's a bit better. Yeah, there's not much I can do about the glare from the book. Sorry about that. So the first Afghan they show is called Soft Stripes. It's a softly striped Afghan combining muted hues of fall with rich texture of picot stitches. And it's kind of like a tan apricot coral colored yarn with like an ecru. Some of these yarns are still available, some of them aren't. So they're just calling for here a bulky weight yarn in those colors. So this is very pretty. The next blanket is Harvest Gold. It's a lacy pineapple Afghan capturing all the golden glory of the harvest season. And this one calls for a brushed acrylic yarn, a worsted weight one. So I think at the end of the book, they mention what yarns they use for which of the blankets. So that's pretty. It's very popular. It's still used today, that pineapple stitch. I made a wrap with it. This next one is called Textured Bands. Worked from side to side in bands, this classic comforter offers a potpourri of pretty textures, a simple fringe, and an air of elegance. It's worsted weight yarn. Yeah, And it's just, it looks like it's kind of like cream colored, off-white. It is using a smaller hook size though for the pattern. So that's really pretty. That's really elegant. That's a lot of tassel and fringe down there though. Ooh, this one's cool. This one's called Stained Glass Beauty. Rows of colorful clusters in this Afghan bring to mind the beauty of stained glass windows. I was checking. In this book, it doesn't really say when a pattern is easy or intermediate or hard. They just kind of give you the pattern. And this one seems to be clusters. Different colored clusters. That's pretty cool. Oh, look, the pretty rocking chair too, like a rattan rocking chair. This next one is called the Warm Autumn Wrap. When the cool days of autumn arrive, you'll be warm and cozy wrapped in this pretty scalloped Afghan. It's also a worsted weight yarn. It's pretty. I don't know if they're changing the colors of the rows or it's different colors. Yeah, it's different. It's different. It's different colors of yarn. The next one is called Fall Splendor. Fashioned with diagonal stripes of clusters and deep fall colors, this rich Afghan captures the splendor of the season. This is really pretty. It's dark green and gold, burgundy. They used with worsted weight yarn. It has different clusters within the striped stitches. So that's that one. I think it's pretty. I always like how that gold and burgundy, how that gold and burgundy look together. This next one is called the Plaid Winter. Whether you're planning a trip to the stadium, this plaid look is achieved by weaving double strands of yarn through the mesh background, crocheted in varsity colors. So this works for like college student blankets, I guess, and things like that. And they show it done in two other colorways in the back, in the blue and the light blue. And the red. So that's pretty. I don't know how involved it would be. It has like directions on weaving. I guess you weave the yarn through the holes. The next one is Autumn Leaves. Work 2 strands of yarn together as you go with a warm throw. So it's 2 strands of worsted weight yarn using a size K crochet hook. Or whatever size you need. That's cool. It has like little leaves on there. You see the detail of the leaves? Whoops! I'll try that again. There's the little maple leaves. This one's pretty. This is evergreens in autumn, combining rich colors with evergreen trees and autumn leaves in a zigzag pattern. Has a bunch of holes in it too. Oh, it has a cool border. Look at the border. There, the border. It's hard to see because it's a dark background there in the picture. That would have showed up nicer in a prettier, in a lighter, in front of a lighter background. Sorry about my mess. There we go. Pretty panels. This was eye-catching cables with eyelets, I think, with a brushed acrylic yarn. I don't know. I would think some of the brushed acrylic yarn might take away from some of the stitch definition. It looks pretty in the picture, though. Pretty flowers. Pretty mums, I think they are. Rustic Ripple. This is pretty. I think they're all pretty. Let's just go with that. And it has some teddy bears there posing in the picture, so that's pretty. Pretty chevron ripple with some pretty autumn colors. This one is nice. It's a stitch sampler, kind of made like a mandala, and they're changing the color in the different rounds. That's very pretty. I don't know. I don't think it particularly calls autumn for me, but I guess could have been more autumn without the blue in there, I think. That was a lot of pages for that pattern. This one is called Autumn Spice. It's pretty. It looks like it's panels joined together with like different stripes. Reminds me of one of those mile a minute blankets. And it has a fringe on the bottom. Nice chair. Now our next season is winter. They didn't do a good job of showing that blanket back there though, with this winter season. This one's called The Dash of Red. I would say that reminds me of winter. I almost forgot to cover up the page for the pattern. I guess if I kept it off screen, that would help too. This one is English Garden, so it's stripes that are with shells that are joined together. I don't know that it reminds me of winter though. Reminds me more of spring. It's pretty. There's a lot of detail work there between the joins. This next one is Tantalizing Teal. It's a nice fireside companion. I don't know if those are post stitches or something. It's 2 strands of yarn together as you crochet, making a pretty block look. So it's worsted weight yarn, and they use a Q size 15mm crochet hook. That probably works up really fast. Looks like it's a bunch of DC double crochet stitches crossing over. That's nice. Not a lot of instruction to it, so it might be fast. This one's Fireside Cheer. Venturing outdoors in the wintertime will be even more fun when you have this warm throw to snuggle up to. It's a Fair Isle look. It has blues and reds, worsted weight yarn again. It's very pretty. I wonder if it has a chart. Well, we'll see if it has a chart. That's the one they used to begin this section. That's a way better picture of this Afghan. The edging is pretty too. No chart. This one is Candy Stripes. Peppermint stripes with double ruffles make this an Afghan and pillow set perfect for Christmas. Oh, cool. It has a pillow too. That's pretty. I like this one. I would make this one. I don't know if I'd get sick with the red, you know, like of making that red and white. Ooh, you can do like a chocolate mint too. If you did like a mint green with a chocolate colored, that would be cool. This next one is called a Valentine Afghan for Valentine's Day. It looks like it's bobble stitches. Maybe. Popcorn stitches, I'm sorry. Luscious Raspberry Afghan with popcorn stitches to set the mood. Maybe they should have added some brown in there for chocolate for Valentine's Day. Trying to get it where you don't have the glare. There you go. Sorry. Whoops. At least it looks like there's a lot of glare on my side when I'm looking at the video. This one is Christmas trees. It looks like it's squares of Christmas trees that are joined together. And they're cluster stitches to make the little Yuletide evergreen Christmas trees. And they're using bobbins to change a different color with like a special joining technique there. That's cute. This next one is Simple Stripes. This is also 2 strands of yarn held together using a pea-size crochet hook, a 12mm or, you know, bigger. It looks like it's clusters of like 4 double crochets together done up. That probably works up pretty quickly. This one's Bold Winter Waves. Simple crochet stitches are used to create this extra easy throw, which features bold waves of color. Fashion it in a masculine color scheme or other favorite wintertime colors. I guess you could use any colors you wanted and change it for the different seasons or your favorite sports team or something. That's cute. Oh, this one's cool. This one's called Snowballs. Clear blue skies and a blanket of snow call for trip outdoors. But you can cuddle up with this nice puffy white clustered as a reminiscent of a fun-filled snowball fight. It's worsted weight yarn. And it's blue and white. It's really cute. I don't know if I'd want to make all those little puffy clusters. It's a very playful blanket. Cool design. I love how that blue and white looks in there. I guess so they wouldn't have to weave in all those ends. They did all this fringe. Afghan is worked from side to side. Always join your yarn and finish off, leaving a 9-inch end for fringe. That's a great idea. Or I guess you could do an envelope border too if you didn't want fringe. This one is Country Blocks, featuring blocks outlined with lacy open work. This pretty Afghan will coordinate beautifully with your patchwork quilts and other country accessories. And this is worsted weight yarn. And a pea-size hook, 12 millimeters. So that's probably why it came out lacy. You could probably use a thinner yarn with a smaller sized hook if you didn't have the worsted weight yarn or wanted it to look lacier. That's pretty. This one's very cool. A child's very own. It's a Christmas surprise for a kid. Very colorful throw. Reminds me of a box. I think they were going for a box theme there. So it has the yellow and the red and the blue and the green. I've seen prettier rainbow blankets though. But that's nice. This one's Rich Heather. Super quick to make, colorful mesh Afghan crocheted holding 2 strands of yarn together. We created the rich heathery effect by combining teal yarn with variegated lavender. It's really pretty. And they use a Q size crochet hook, 15 millimeter. So it was about 1,845 yards of their teal and then 1,400 yards of their variegated color. This would work up really quickly. That's nice. And then it has all the fringe on the bottom. They add the fringe after. Isn't that pretty? Guess if you didn't want to use 2 strands together, you could probably use a bulky weight or a thicker, super bulky weight yarn. This one's called Winter White. It looks like it's some fans. Luxurious throw in a soft, beautiful snowdrift. Using 2 strands of yarn, quick to make, a lush tasseled fringe lends an air of elegance. And it has a simple edge. So this is the close-up picture, and that's the close-up picture. And then this is the picture of the Afghan. See what I mean? It looks like it's shells. And then on the back, they have general instructions, basic stitch guide. The other books had this too in the back. They show how to do different stitches that are called for in the book, like a half double crochet, cluster stitch, double crochet. Then these are the specialty stitches. It shows how to do the leaves. That's cool. I haven't seen that. And the popcorn and the post stitches and oh, that's interesting. This is similar to corner, but it starts off differently on the bottom, and they're called quilt blocks. So just gonna show it real quick, but that's that down there. Cool. Then they tell you how to join colors, stitching tips, beginning loops, joining with single crochets, free loops, working in the round below, different joins like whip stitch and things like that, how to do tassel and how to do fringe and knots. Oh yeah, where you use your working yarn and then go ahead and then do a knot at the end. So yeah, so that's everything for the book. Again, it's Afghans for all seasons. I hope you enjoyed. I really like the blanket on the cover. So thank you everyone. Bye. Have a nice day or night.